What if an entire city was made of gold? For centuries, the greatest explorers on Earth risked everything to find it. This is the story of El Dorado, the lost city of gold, and the obsession it created throughout history.
A legend born from a sacred ritual, distorted by greed, and still unsolved to this very day.
Deep in the Andes Mountains of present-day Colombia lived the Muisca, one of the most powerful tribes in the Americas.
They were master farmers, traders, and craftsmen, building a civilization of remarkable.
But their greatest gift was gold. They called it the sweat of the sun project and used it for sacred offerings to their gods.
At the center of their spiritual world lay Lake Guatavita, a mysterious crater lake.
Whenever a new king was crowned, the Muisca held an extraordinary ritual that would eventually shake the entire world.
The new chief was first anointed with resin, then coated head to toe in glittering gold dust, becoming a living god.
He stepped onto a raft piled high with golden figures and precious emeralds, and was pushed out to the center of the lake.
Mountains of gold and emeralds were thrown into the water as an offering to the lake deity, Guatavita, beneath the surface.
The golden chief plunged into the water. The crowd erupted. This king, this El Dorado.
El Dorado simply meant the golden one than the king. But what Europeans heard next changed everything.
When Spanish conquistadors arrived in the 1500s, hungry for gold and glory, they began hearing whispers of this sacred ritual.
A king bathed in gold, a lake full of treasure. To the Spanish, this sounded like the greatest fortune in the world.
The rumor spread across Europe like wildfire. Mapmakers began marking a golden kingdom on their charts. A city, not a man.
In 1535, the first great expedition launched. Hundreds of soldiers marched.
The jungle was merciless. Soldiers faced disease, starvation, venomous snakes, and insects, all for a city that kept retreating. Hundreds of men died in these early expeditions. The jungle swallowed armies whole, and El Dorado remained a phantom.
In 1541, Francisco de Orellana became the first European to sail the entire Amazon River.
England entered the hunt. Sir Walter Raleigh, explorer, poet, and adventurer, became completely consumed by the legend of El Dorado. In 1595, Raleigh crossed the Atlantic, convinced the Golden City lay hidden in the jungles of Guyana in South America.
He found no city, but he returned to England with glittering tales so compelling that Queen Elizabeth funded another mission.
The savages guided me to the source, Your Grace. A city paved with gold.
In 1617, Raleigh launched his second mission, but this expedition cost him the most precious thing in his life, his own son.
He returned disgraced. In 1618, King James had Sir Walter Raleigh executed.
But Europe could not stop. Germans, Dutch, and Portuguese all launched their own doomed expeditions in pursuit of the Golden City.
In 1580, the Spanish even tried to drain Lake Guatavita itself, cutting into the crater rim to expose its golden bottom. But the crater walls collapsed before they reached the bottom. The treasure, if it existed, sank back into the depths forever. Some gold pieces were found at the lake bed. Beautiful, but nowhere near the legendary fortune that drove so many to their deaths.
Today, Colombia's Gold Museum in Bogota holds over 55,000 Muisca.
Modern LiDAR satellites have revealed hundreds of lost Amazon civilizations hidden below the jungle, but still no city of gold.
Historians now agree. El Dorado was never a city. It was a sacred ceremony caught, transformed by greed into the world's greatest wild goose chase.
A sacred king became a golden city, magnified by imagination, twisted by
El Dorado lives on, not in gold or jewels, but as the ultimate symbol of humanity's endless hunger for the unknown.